Hello guys, and I'm just gonna be doing another dev vlog. It's summer! Let's go! I'm so happy. I was really happy about my math grade. I went from a B plus to an A minus, and now I'm at an A. Well, I ended with an A, which I think is pretty awesome. In my opinion, I was able to climb that ladder, I suppose, and improve my grade. I really did try really hard, and I'm in accelerated geometry, or this year, and she said that she's gonna place me in accelerated algebra 2 um, next year. So today I just figured I'd do a little video on the structure and hopefully do some changes with the scene. So right now when I run my game, and yes, I'm working on the story. I've written the introduction to the story as like an actual, like, it sounds like. So if I just go to my browser, Clinomania, and by the way, it's on GitHub, although it's private. Let's see, Clinomania, this one. I'm not sure why it says that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure why it says that. Um, Anyways, but here's the game summary, and I have the story right here. So right here, I'm writing it, but I'm not going to show that completely. Just because that will be revealed at the end of the game, or somewhere in the game. I'm not sure exactly when. But right now, all we have is my test item, and then I'm able to render the name above it. Of course, if I go over here to my test item, so items, test item, and I can say so I'm getting the font's dimension because each dimension will have its own font associated to it. Um, get dimension. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay, so is OBS picking? Yes. Um, okay, so here we have the get dimension font. If I go over here, it'll return the dimension font. And in this case, the dimension font is get dimension font, return pixel regular. So let's see, pixel. What if we do bu yeah, bubble. Let's run this, and you'll see that it displays the bubble font. However, I don't want that right now. I'm just gonna get the pixel regular font, and now if we run it, it'll go back to normal. However, we're gonna have different dimensions and different scenes. So over here, I have my scene manager, and it's getting the current scene, but it's not using any of the regular scenes. So what I'm thinking is, let's go over here. So we'll post initialization, we'll say the current scene, but first, okay, wait, equals new filled. Okay. So somehow so basically what's happening is that we're creating a new scene for this, sorry, for the current scene, but we want to store them all. Okay, I think I have an idea. So basically what I want to do is I want to have them all stored inside of the array list. So let's just do scene manager dot scenes dot add. We'll add the scene new feld. Unlocalized name is the overworld. The string name, the name is feld. The entity managers that. Okay. And by the way, the reason why I'm passing an entity manager, I'm not going to pass it in for every single object. I'm just passing it in simply because it's going to be used to render. It's going to use the entity manager to render out each entity. So now let's do. So now, by default, we're going to want to say scene manager dot current scene equals to. Okay, now we have to get that specific scene. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do this. Scene manager dot scenes dot add equals to. Okay, what if we do scene manager dot scenes dot get. No. Dot. Okay, I need to get. Okay, so I don't want to create a new instance of the scene and set it to the current scene because that just doesn't make any sense. What I need to do is get that specific scene instance from the scene manager. Can I just do scene manager dot current scene equals to scene? No, I can't do that. I did not provide a boolean. Required type scene. Somehow I'm gonna have to somehow I'm gonna have to get that scene. Okay, let's do some googling. Let's do some research. I'm trying to think. Okay, so this all has to do with the structure because essentially what's gonna happen is it's gonna open up different scenes depending on the progress. So I want to be able to set it up in a way that it allows that. So I'm thinking that post initialization okay, so let's just say what if each scene had a variable called active? So is active. And then we just iterate through each one, and then, yeah, that could work. So let's go over to scene. We'll say protected boolean is active. Or we're gonna say active equals to true. Active equals to false. So let's do this. No, equals to false, and then we can say, and we won't make this abstract, so we'll say public boolean is active. Return active, right? And then here we'll just add that is active, and I think that should work. though an initialization. You know what? We'll see. And then we'll do a public void set active. We'll do active equals. Oh, wait, we need to pass in the boolean active equals remove redundant assignments. What is this referring to? That. What's this referring to? That. Should be this. This. I cannot type today. This dot active equals active. Okay, and then here we can say set active. And we'll say we'll return. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not sure how to do this without creating the saving file first, because I feel like it's gonna be fully relying. It's gonna fully rely on the saving. Um, hmm. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what this means, which is why I'm a little confused right now. Super dot is active. Super Java. To refer to the parent class, but the parent class is seen, which means it would be referring to that, which doesn't make any sense. So now we're gonna want to say, okay, so we can make a private boolean active, right? And then in the init, or we could do it here, active equals to true. So we'll say change depending on progress, and then if it we'll return this dot active. And here we'll say active equals to, we'll say, sorry, this dot active equals to active. Okay. Is active set active. Okay, so we'll say, whoops, over here, say by default that's true. So then we'll say during the init, we're gonna, so we'll just mark this like this. During init. Okay, what do you want dangling? What, am I not allowed to do that? Or something? Like, honestly. I like the green color. Okay, during initialization, get the active scene from save file, and loop through the array to set the active variable to true in the correct scene. Would that work? I suppose it would. We could say, let me think. Okay. During initialization. You know what? We'll tackle that when we get there. For now, in the post init. Whoops. We'll just say we'll say scene man. Okay, we'll say for each. Oh, that's in C sharp. For each. Oh, there's a for each. What the hell? Oh yeah, it's for, and then um it's for scene in the yes, cause in C sharp it's for each, and then you do scene, and then we'll say s in the array, but in Java it's for scene. We'll call each scene s, and you know let's just call it scene, whatever. Inside of the array scene manager dot scenes. So for each of them, we're gonna check if the scene dot is active. Then we're just gonna say okay, wait, sorry, before I forget, let's mark this. So then we're gonna check if okay, so we're gonna iterate through each scene in the array of scenes. We're gonna say, and every time we iterate through them, we're gonna check if the scene is active, and if it is, then we are simply going to do scene manager. Let me just make sure, yeah. Scene manager dot current scene equals to that scene, and then we can break the loop. Okay. Let's go to the Feld. It's active by default. Let's run it. Okay, perfect. If this is false, it won't render it. Yep. And it produces a null pointer, which is as I suspected because getScene is now null. So set this true. Okay, so now I just want to make a little fail safe just in case there's like some sort of bug. And we'll just say getScene. And we'll just say if current scene equals to null, and we're just gonna then we're gonna return you know what, sorry, this is my bad. Let's do that, and let's just take this. Okay, wait, what's in my clipboard? That. Sorry, I was helping somebody previously. So we'll say try catch null pointer exception. We'll say that. If we catch it, then we're gonna do exception dot print stack trace, and then system dot exit with a status of -1, and by default we'll return the current scene. Or yeah, we can return null. That's good. So now it works, it renders. Now if we go into here, set this to false, and run it, Okay, it's not handling the exception. Ah, that's where it is. You know what? It's fine. We don't need this because that's never actually gonna happen intentionally. So that would never be an actual problem because it's gonna pre-init. It's gonna set the current scene automatically. So let's go here. Let's just say set active to true. Let's run it. Yep, it's working. See scene manager. Okay, everything is good, and we're using the array list. And now if we ever have another scene, we can just add it to the array list, and that'll work perfectly. So, one thing that I was never able to get, so, okay, my game Battery Man, you can see it saves your high score. However, um, however, um, I could only ever figure out how to have save one thing to the file, because if I go and, so let's see, save.txt, yeah, you can see all I could figure out is how to save one line, so I'm gonna have to learn how to do that at some point, but now I'm more experienced, so, let's just go over here, oh yeah, I was helping my friend shop for backpacks, and there's something really weird that my cousin posted. AliExpress, look, if I go over here, Gary Jew server, like he just posts random crap on here. When was this? 2019, 2020? Yeah, 20, wow, that was a while ago. Of how I'm the only one on here. Ming, huh, I don't know who that is. But yeah, this was like for his birthday, so yeah. Okay, so we've got that working. Very happy about that. Test item is working. And I just finished making the thumbnail for, okay, this we can exit out of. I just, so, can I just delete these? Remove, damn it. Remove, remove, remove. Alright, so, just finished making the thumbnail, which I think looks decent right now. And, alright, so, actually, I'm just gonna push this, so, fixed up scene manager to, okay, no, changed scene managing system. Okay, no. Change scene managing system. And incorporated. Whoops, I spelled that wrong. Okay, I don't know how to spell, apparently. What? Incorporated. Oh, okay, I'm an idiot. Change scene managing system and incorporated scene array added is active boolean, I don't know which it is. So I'm just gonna commit and push. Let's just push this, and let's just go back to the progress. Let's see, pull requests. Okay. I think we're done for now. I need to continue working on the story. I don't know what I just did. What? What is happening? Can I close this? Um. Oh, I opened up the README file. I'm an idiot. Okay, so if I go back here, it shouldn't show it. Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure what that is. Um. Oh, that should be showing what this. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Um. So at some point, I'm gonna have to remove this, and everything is going to have a um movement multiplier, because depending on what your FPS is at, um, yeah. Alright, so I think I'm done. I'm supposed to play Minecraft with my friends Sam and Jack at 4. And I'm gonna continue working on the game, and you know what? Screw it. I don't really care, so let's go over to Clinomania, and I'll show you what I have so far. You know what? I don't really care if you see this story. So, you find yourself leaving the classroom of Spanish class when your teacher calls you. Sorry. You find yourself leaving the classroom of Spanish class when your teacher calls you by your name. And then name, this should be the name that you entered in. Can you stay after class? So let's say, I would put Loraxio, so when your teacher calls you by your name, Loraxio, can you stay after class? Mr. Martin says, you try to exit the classroom, but you are unable to since you will get detention when you leave. That's just like a, kind of a note saying that like when I create the game and you're not going to be able to leave the classroom even though he he tells you to. Okay, so as you walk over to him, he says, you are a ninth grader. What are you doing sleeping in my class? You simply respond by shrugging your shoulders. In reality, you are not sure what happened. You were fully awake one moment, and then suddenly it should say, suddenly it was like you were dragged underneath a blanket and put to sleep. So yeah, so that's just the introduction to you falling asleep. And then the next day, same thing happens. Thank God you're um, uh, in a different class. You can read this, I guess, pause the video and read it, but yeah. So this is how I'm gonna keep track of my choices. Um, so, so how it works is the first letter is gonna be capital. Everything's capital in these parentheses things. First letter represents whether it's a question or an answer. If it's a question, it's gonna say Q. If it's an answer, it's gonna say A. Pretty simple. And then it says 1, so this is um, the index as to which choice board you're on. So, and then the third letter is which choice there is. Um, yeah, that's it. So, let's see. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching, and now that it's summer, I'm fully planning on finishing this. Um, Although my OCD is getting the best of me, and I'm just gonna fix this up a little. Um, Crap, I don't know why I keep pressing that. I also stopped using my wrist rest. I'm not sure why. I just randomly stopped using them. Like, okay, it's not too bad without it. You know what? Let's try it with. Oh yeah, that feels better. I've been using it without it for a few days now. Just do some googling. Is a keyboard wrist rest bad? Only if it promotes proper and neutral typing posture. Typing for many hours on a keyboard may cause pain in your wrists. Okay. Okay, so you know what? It sounds like having the wrist rest on is better, although it does look better without it. My keyboard, although looks aren't very important. And I'm going to Long Island to see my friend Sam. He's coming back from France. I'm gonna see him in New York, hopefully. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna commit this again. Whoops. Commit and say formatting. Okay, now that feels weird with the wrist rest. I'm just gonna take the wrist rest. Formatting. Formatting. And just commit and push. Push. Now if I go over to my GitHub, so Clinomania, and let's just go check to see if what the changes I made actually went in. So first let's go to game. Let's see, tick method. Yep, no, it did not. Huh. Maybe just give it a second. You know what? Let's go back. No, okay, let's just make sure that the scene was pushed. Okay, what? Go. Project. Scenes. Working. Clinomania. Scene. Okay, so what is this? Why? This is not how it was before. Okay, Lorexio. Let's go to Lorexio. Repositories. Clinomania. Okay, okay. So let's go in here. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm not sure what was happening then. Maybe that was a different version of it. So now I'm not sure why it says that. Settings. Oh, description. Say Clinomania. Read me. Save changes. Yeah. Okay. So let's go here. Let's just check if everything was updated. Let's go to game. Let's see. Tick. Yep. The formatting is there. Let's go to scenes. Let's go to the scene manager. Or sorry, not scene manager. Scene. Let's see. Active. Yes. Let's go back here. See. Prenet. Yep. Notes. Everything's good. All right. Um. Thank you for watching. I suppose this dev vlog. It's a 30-minute one. All right. So good timing. Not too long, but not too short. All right. See you.